After we completed our clearance procedures, we weighed anchor in Port Elizabeth, Bequia, and said, "See you later. We're heading north." Our plan is to sail back to Australia, but there is still a lot more of the Caribbean we're yet to see. The first leg of this part of our journey would take us from Bequia up to Rodney Bay in St Lucia. We had some company on this leg. It started with a kiss and Aztec dream. The crew, off it started with a kiss, challenged us to a race. The challenge was accepted, and you know things are getting very serious when the Admiral sweeps the hat back. Once we were clear of the island of St Vincent, Anna Cam showed her true pedigree when we got up to and sat on no less than 12.5 knots for the rest of the journey. It took absolutely no time at all, and we were passing the pitons on the bottom of St Lucia.
What? I said she's a happy lady because this is where we are, at the pitons.
This happened to be our first real chance to stretch out and really feel what it was like under our brand new Doyle sails. The 150% Genoa up forward was working well. We managed to find a berth in the Rodney Bay Marina. Once we had cleared through customs and immigration, it was time to catch up with our dear friend Diane.
I knew she squealed! I said, you have that camera ready.
Oh my God! Happy New Year! Oh my goodness!
Happy New Year, my darling.
God. Oh my goodness!
I knew you'd do that. That's why I said, have the camera go. We're going to send that to Fiona via Facebook.
She'll see herself on Facebook.
Oh my God! Oh my God! How you doing?
We're good.
You didn't tell me you were coming.
No, we didn't want to.
Surprise me! Oh my God! It was a surprise.
It's nice to see.
It was.
You're not crying. Oh my
Girl. It was a surprise because when yesterday we found telling you all, I liked some of Fiona's pictures and I liked some of yours too. So I didn't know I would come.
Oh, she's such a darling.
We've had no internet, so we couldn't tell the world where we were.
Oh,
We couldn't have told you we were coming anyway.
No.
So,
We also managed to catch up with another dear friend, Marie.
That's going on YouTube.
Our first time here in St Lucia, we found this really neat Canadian brewery. As we were leaving the Rodney Bay Marina, we spotted Venus, the super yacht that belonged to the late Steve Jobs. This would be the last time we would sail into St Lucia. We have some really fond memories of our time spent here. Onward we go to our next country, Martinique. After clearing into the country, we sit at anchor out in front of St Anne's and watch the sunset, hoping to see the fabled green flash. Even though we did have the privilege of seeing the green flash a couple of times previously, tonight was not going to be one of them. The next location we would spend a couple of nights at would be Grand Anse on Martinique.
Keep walking.
Izzy and Jeff off our buddy boat, Izzy R, talked us into walking one of the trails from Grand Anse over to the next bay. Just to set the scene for you, it was steep, it was rocky, and it was very hot.
Thanks a lot for bringing us on this trail, buddy. Really appreciate it.
The views we had over the next bay, and knowing there was a cold beer waiting for us in the next village, was worth every step. We are finally back down into civilization.
Civilization. Oh, yeah, not really. Quite hot.
We spotted this magnificent marlin that had just been caught, and the fisherman who caught it, even though there was a language barrier, offered to give us a ride in his car back to where our yachts were.
We'll get lots of footage out of this. Yeah, this
I copped the handle off the shovel in the back of the head, and Izzy nearly cut her toes off on the machete that was on the floor. We left it up to Annie to try and communicate in French.
no.
See, that's another French word we know. Yeah. Do we see it? Yes.
Non, mais là, on y va. Tu vois où on y va?
I don't know.
How you going there, Annie?
I don't know.
Annie answered, man. We'll start singing Frere Jacques in a minute.
After a great time in Martinique, it was time to head further north. This time, we were heading to Dominica. We anchored for the one night in Portsmouth, Dominica, to watch the sunset, and once again, there was no green flash. The next day, we weighed anchor and set sail for Antigua. We managed to drop our anchor in almost exactly the same place, right in front of the pillars in English Harbour. We went back up to Shirley Heights. This time there were crowds and steel pan bands.
That's a take. Now, you're going to have to say what?
That's my treasure chest.
The next day, we explored another part of this beautiful island. We went out on the Middle Ground Trail all the way out to Fort Berkeley. English Harbour and its surrounds are a national park, and you must have a permit to enter here. We tried to imagine what it would have been like a couple of 100 years ago defending this location against the Spanish and the French. We are so thankful that we do live in peaceful times. We noticed that this cannon was stamped in the year 1805. We figured that this structure would have been the powder magazine, where the black powder charges were kept for the cannon. We were both having a very refreshing drink in the English pub when we noticed Izzy and Jeff strolling by.
Bit of both.
We could hear all of the ship's horns going off around in the front harbour from where we were anchored on Antigua. And when we got around there to see what was happening, we saw the first of the transatlantic rowboats had just come in to Antigua. It's amazing to think that these rowboats with a crew of 4 take months to cross the Atlantic Ocean, where us on Antigua took only weeks to do the same distance. We say see you later to English Harbour as we go around to the other side of Antigua for our final stop, Jolly Harbour. We hired a car with Izzy and Jeff and drove across the island to Stingray City.
Hello.
One is Ruffles.
Hello.
Oh, look at him
He's got all shy.
showing off for you.
Having a stretch.
Yeah, lift that leg out. Who's called a bear-eyed cockatoo that talks to the This guy looks like he's got 2 black eyes. Oh,
Hello.
and no crap.
We were amazed to see so many Australian native birds here. The real reason we drove across the island was to head out to the reef and to feed the stingrays. Everywhere we looked, there were stingrays. Just hundreds of them stacking up, waiting for their piece of squid. These animals are very gentle and very soft to touch. The only time they show any aggression is when there's a piece of squid in front of them.
They do. Well, they try to get... You got it, did you? Yeah, you think there's more there, don't you? They're so gentle.
They are. They're so soft.
As our time here on Antigua draws to an end, thank you very much for watching this video. And stay tuned, there will be more.